before we even get into that whole relationship and falling in love, and the whole falling in love thing is like a whole other thing, but we'll get on that in a couple of minutes. But it's like no one really nowadays wants to take the time, and we live in this instant gratification of it,
Absolutely.
where it's like, I met you today, I want to love you today.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great relationship, and it's gonna last all about how the internet holds it up there, probably like about 3 days, and that's it. It's over.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And Fabulous said it best. You got situationships, and then there's situationships. There's a whole bunch of types of relationships that started up over with this era.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, communication is key, and what you just touched on a point. Silence. People believe silence, they're entitled to their silence. Not when you join the commitment.
Yeah, no, it's
You're
wrong.
entitled to honoring the commitment you joined. That means that you're gonna actually transfer your mind into words.
Yeah, you have
And
to
allow
fight
the
through. You have to
person to
fight
have an
through it.
understanding of what's going on. So you're not entitled to as much as you think once you now say I'm going to be committed to something.
Because it's no longer you, it is us.
Definitely.
Absolutely. How many times have you
Definitely.
dated somebody that gave you the silent treatment because they're in their feelings and they don't want to talk? Like, it's wrong. Like, how, like, yes, people need time to gather their thoughts, so you want to give them that space, but that's it. You know what I mean? Like, when you sign up for something, you have to have the conversation. Like, you have to fight through it. You have to force yourself. It's uncomfortable, but you have to do it.
Just like first dates, that's your biggest interview of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you hold back?
Yeah.
Why do you not tell a person exactly who you are? You know what I mean? They said put your best foot forward and leave the defective one behind.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see both.
Yeah, yeah, seriously.
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that first date, I'm letting you know. I'm asking you,
Yeah.
how many people you slept with?
Yes.
Do you have like things that are
STD?
actually,
Yeah.
things that are deal breakers. I'm letting that be known right off the tip because I don't want to waste my time or my money.
Right.
You know what I
You
mean?
have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose.
Definitely. Like, if a person can't sustain or have that discussion, do you really want to spend a life with them? 9 times out of 10, she look good. She's gonna be a headache if she can't sustain that
Yeah,
discussion.
absolutely.
Right. And a lot of times people get so caught up in the looks that
Yes, all the time.
they forget about the
Yes.
conversation. I wouldn't even entertain the baddest woman if she walked in here today and said, "Hey, I want to be with you," if we couldn't hold a half an hour conversation.
Definitely.
And if it was definitely boring, I'm like, "Oh, look, sorry, I can't help you." And
Definitely.
I would rather be with someone that could sustain the conversation and wasn't that attractive than to be with somebody that was attractive and I couldn't talk to.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I date too, I have those hard conversations, and sometimes I have to force the guys to have those conversations because they will let me get away with just sitting there and being cute. You know what I mean? Like no, seriously, they don't challenge me. They just want to, tell me how attractive I am, and they want to stroke my ego. But when a guy strokes my ego, that's a red flag for me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want you to sit across the table from me, tell me how pretty I am. I don't need that. I need us to talk about, like, as you said, the deal breakers and, your past relationships and, and all the other questions that I want you to answer or that I want to know about you. Like, I can care less. Yes, we already established that we're attracted to each other. Now we should move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's build a story now to the second date. Like, seriously. Let's have time where time just flies.
Yeah.
You're just flowing.
Talking about all types of
talking about
stuff,
all
yeah.
kinds of things. People are uncomfortable around you, you talking so raw.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you want.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, a relationship is raw. It's a hard thing to sustain. And a lot of people are single, because of it.
Yeah.
And not just because they ain't good partners, not just because they're not respectful people, but most people that are single are the most respectful people.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's because people can't sustain them because they're too structured now, or they're too disciplined now, so they can't move them the way they want to move them.
No, they want to they want to deal with the fluffy stuff and the hard stuff later. But like, why even go there? You know what I mean? Like, why don't we deal with the hard stuff first, and then we can get to a comfortable place later if we are on the same page.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about falling in love, because what is that?
What do you mean?
What is people say I am in love with you? The phrase.
The in love and I love, like the in love.
Because I know there is a difference. I know, and everybody in this room should know, except for you. You look. Oh, she's sleeping. She's sleeping. So, but everyone knows that there is a difference between being in love and loving someone. And if you're no longer in love, does that mean that you can't be together?
No, definitely.
But yes.
In love is the romantic
Yeah,
love.
exactly.
Love is
it-
when you say I love somebody, that's friendships. That's
Family members. Yeah.
When you say you in love,
that's your partner.
That's your partner.
Yeah.
That means that you're dedicated. I'm all in.
Yes.
That's what in's supposed to mean. I'm all in. I'm all into this love.
So that's what that means.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm
So
all
I was
in.
just trying to clear it up for the listeners.
That's all.
Just trying to make sure everybody.
You know what I mean? When you
understood.
falling in, it means that I'm trusting that you're gonna catch me. That's what it means.
But people get complacent, and when they are with a person for a decent amount of time, and they, that's all they really know, then yeah, they may fall out of love with them, but still continue the relationship because they're too scared to move forward. But at that point, like, they are not in love with that person, so they're not getting they're not filling the romantic void that they probably need. So it's more like it's a companionship, but more leaning toward a friendship than an actual romantic relationship.
Definitely. Like, you wake up, let's be honest, you wake up next to a person, they breath stink. You wake up next to a person, like, the reality, the fantasy changed once that occurs. Now we in real life. So you have to be able to sustain that, because if I don't love you and I'm waking up next to you and you go hard, you got to get out of my house. No, that's going to be the first thing you're thinking, how I'm going to get this person out of my house. But if you really love them, just the extra smell is going to be like, you might want to tell them to take a shower, brush their teeth, but you're there for them to support them. So when they come out that shower, you're right back on it because you are invested in them. There's a big difference. You turned off by somebody you're not in love with.
No, easy.
But when you're in love
with
them, you're not turned off, and y'all done been through all kinds of things. Like, I recently seen a child being born. It's it's not like, oh, I want to have sex with this woman. It's one of those things that you're like, damn, vagina opens that much. You know what I mean? So it gets to that place where it's real life. And you gotta decide, damn, do I want a tight cooch over here, or do I want to work the cooch back in the shape over here? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's just the raw of the relationship. And if you're not ready for a raw relationship, you ain't ready to really do what you need to do. Because we didn't even talk about finances, right?
Yeah, no.
Right.
If people having gambling problems, like, you have to be ready to really address certain things, because we all fall short. But you have to be open-minded, and you have to be ready to get back on the same page at all times. Because once you are on a different page and you're willing to just chill on that, your relationship is done. You might last for another 10 years. You might last for, like, there's a lot of survivors in it.
Yes.
Right.
So you look at them, you know they're unhappy, and that's the relationships a lot of people see. That's why they're like, I'm happy being single, because they don't cut the cord.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that society plays a big part in why relationships last so long. Because, and I'm not talking about great relationships. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm talking about actual bad relationships.
Yes.
Because they tie in so much to that relationship. If I'm with you and we have kids and we don't work out, it's, you're gonna pay, and even you're gonna pay forever. So it's that saying,
it's cheaper to keep her.
Cheaper to keep her. If I leave the house that we built together, you get it, and I gotta struggle. Or the car that all the things we did together, instead of being just stepping away in peace.
Well, if you start her as friends, why would that happen?
If you start out,
but let's say it does happen. This is the reality. Cheaper to keep her. Peace of mind is
it's priceless.
It's priceless.
Right.
So you talking about cheaper to keep her? I'm just gonna be a broke dude
sleeping on somebody's couch.
I'm telling you that. I'm gonna always bet peace of mind over money. Yeah. Definitely. I do see people struggling. I don't want to have a baby mother costing me money and going through all that. Granted. But at the end of the day, we gotta still exist.
But it's also taking responsibility, right? So most of the times the signs are there, right? So you're dealing with a chick, and she's a little off. She's a little off, but she's your off. You know what I mean? And you have kids with her. You guys don't work out, and she's taking you to child support out of spite. You know what I mean? Like at some point you gotta also take responsibility, because you also know that she was shady. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, like, we date these people and we see the signs, but we ignore them. Exactly, and because we want what we want, and we don't think. And I used to be self-centered, and I would think, oh, it can't happen to me. Like, he's not gonna do that to me, and I'm no different. You know what I mean? So it happens to you, and then you all upset, but the signs were there, and maybe I should have probably not messed with him to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, that guy probably shouldn't have messed with homegirl to begin with. Let alone have kids with her. Now he's paying X amount of money in child support. She's raping him because she didn't, the relationship didn't work out and she's trying to get him back or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? But we also have to take responsibility for the choices we make as well.
Yeah, because a lot of times we make that final choice to stay in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to leave the longer you're with
Yeah,
the person.
you make it really difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is definitely difficult to leave, but it's definitely easier to make the choice in the beginning and say, you know what, things might seem cool, but this ain't really gonna work out.
Absolutely, and that's okay. Everyone should get what they want.
I mean, there's a couple of people that don't go in relationships because they're fearful of they found the one. You know, like you also back away from a great partner.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fearful because they're not ready. So you meet your great partner at 20, you're like, yo, I got a couple more years to really, get down with something, but she might be snatched up because she's great, right?
Right.
So she's gonna be snatched up, and now you stuck with a bunch of people talking about how you had the one, but you decided to forfeit it. So you got to look at it from both angles. A lot of people are they throw the marriage and the commitment, and you got to be fearful, and it's the end. But is it the end? It's the beginning.
Yeah, it is the beginning.
Like you can like when you in love with your friend, you can do all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
You still can hang out with your people.
Yeah.
You still can talk about girls. You still can look at girls. You just can't touch.
Yeah.
Window shopping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like you have all the money and the wealth at home, and now you're just having fun window shopping and looking through other people's eyes.
Yeah.
So you take that's your vacation. Your home is your home. See what I'm saying? So you build something from the ground up. Who's stupid enough to destroy that? A lot of people.
Yeah,
But not me. I'm telling you that. So I want more people, and I want our children, because that's really why we decided to actually speak out and be more speak out about accountable and love. Because our generation, I mean, we want them to learn from it, and that's our demographic basically. But we want them to teach their children.
Absolutely, to hold them accountable, know that they can't just skate on through life without being held accountable.
Yo, they deserve the greatest.
Exactly.
They deserve the greatest loves. They don't deserve the loves we had or the loves we had to comb through. They deserve the greatest love. So the first thing you could teach your child is self-respect.
Absolutely.
That's the first thing you should teach them. So when now their friends is talking about they picky, they looking like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You got something you want to say?
I want to ask him a question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come on, we got a mic over here. You can talking to the mic right here.
I gotta speak into the mic.
Nah, they be able to hear him? Maybe?
A little bit.
A little bit.
Speak as loud as you can.
And speak as loud as you can.
I'll speak.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about love though, because I don't really jack love. I wanted to ask you about love because I don't really agree with a lot of the terms with love. You know
What do you
saying?
mean? Like, what terms don't you agree with?
I mean, I feel like love is a real circumstantial emotion. You know what I'm saying? That occurs and it's good when you're in love, but then at the drop of a hat, it could be hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could love me, y'all married or whatever the case may be, or whatever y'all are.
No, we're friends.
All right, y'all friends.
So now you know you single.
Nah.
You got your plotting, brother.
Nah. But seriously, what I really wanted to know though is this. Cause y'all emphasize on love a lot.
Absolutely.
And how great it is. And,
It is.
right?
Definitely.
But then heartbreak is just as great. You know what I'm saying? Behind the love. And y'all ain't really talking about that.
Well, heartbreak comes with the territory. So when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, the flip side of that is you may get hurt. But you don't go into a situation thinking you're gonna get hurt. You go in giving your all and hope that everything works itself out.
Let's put this in his wheelhouse. Listen, you a hip hop artist, right? What would you call yourself?
Call myself a singer.
Okay, you a singer. Okay, you a singer, right? You a singer. You love it though, right?
I love it.
You love it, right? And every time you knock on the door, right? It could be disappointment, right? You get your heart broken, right?
Yeah.
Do you keep coming back?
That's a fact.
Yeah, but
do you keep coming? Wait up.
This is the difference.
Okay,
between
show me.
See, the difference is that what I'm doing is chasing my own aspirations and passions and dreams. When you dealing with another person, they're the motivation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times.
Definitely.
So when they lose that motivation, or when they might see, I'm big on I like polygamy, honestly, because I feel like not only do you communicate more, you have a lot more understanding about things, and
so the girl could have several men.
I mean, she could do what she want. But
So-
when she with me, she with me. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
All right.
As long
That's
as it's
fair.
love,
I mean, I believe that that's how a lot of love lasts a lot longer and less problems, because it's impossible to live up to expectations when you build in love to be so magical.
How
You know
could,
what
how
I'm
could
saying?
you, but we're not talking about the magic.
I mean, but that's what usually happens, and that's why failure happens, because the expectations is so high that it's impossible to live up to it.
But what if you
No,
go
but-
in, but what if you go in without expectations?
Yeah.
I mean,
what if you set
all-
the the
How
parameters?
many,
Yeah,
how
you
many,
set the
how,
stage.
how many loves do you know that doesn't have expectations?
See, that's why we're needed. That's what I'm
Exactly.
trying to tell you.
Mhm.
Because you saying you're chasing your own dream, but you have a manager.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's chasing the dream that I'm chasing.
Okay.
Exactly. So you find
So
a partner.
that's
who
your
will
partner.
chase- Exactly.
That's
You
your
find-
partner.
When you
Nah,
find,
nah,
when you
nah.
find,
Yeah. You're not doing it alone,
it's-
brother.
It's just that simple.
You done found other people to do it with.
Exactly.
So we're
but
talking
that's
about
not
accountable
love.
love, not just accountable
It is,
in
but what
love.
is it then?
We talking about friends.
That's
we talking about
dedication.
family.
That's going back
But-
to
but
what I
love is
originally wanted to
dedication
say
as well.
something. Nah, I don't agree with that, because I could be loyal to you and dedicated to you and not love you at all, and it's because of a purpose. He can be dedicated and loyal to me because of a purpose. That's it. And I can love someone and not have no type of dedication to him. Have so much
I didn't
love.
say
for
he
him.
loved you. I'm
No.
saying he loved the purpose. We're talking about your purpose.
Right.
We're talking about your dream.
Again,
So
that
stay
goes.
focused on the dream. You got to stay focused on the dream.
Yeah, but you
I didn't
trying
say
to-
he loved you.
He trying to mix it.
No, I didn't say he loved you. Didn't I
I'm
say?
good, but I'm good.
Then from the
No,
gate,
no,
no.
no,
Then from the gate, he said,
Yeah.
I asked him about his dream.
I said it's
He said that's his
conditional, though.
own. He said that's his own purpose. I said, is it your purpose? Because you got a
Yo,
man.
as he comes along.
So when he came along, he said, "Oh, he came along. He don't have to love me." But I said, "We're talking about your purpose.
Yeah.
He has to love your purpose to come
Right,
along
right.
with you and
Exactly.
be dedicated and loyal."
Right.
So that's the same thing you do
You
when
need
you
for a
find a
relationship,
woman
yes.
that now has that same
It
understanding.
definitely
Guaranteed.
doesn't, because she has her
Guaranteed.
own purpose and I have
No, her
mine.
purpose is you.
Exactly.
No,
And if
that's
your
not.
purpose
That's
is
not
me,
the way. That's not that. Now you talking about controlling.
It's
Oh.
not. Oh my
I
God.
I think that comes with. I
How
think
is
that
that-
comes with a lot of control and a lot of.
Define control.
Yeah. What do you
Because
mean?
we definitely have it for
I
you.
mean, I heard what he said.
I know you heard
He
what you
told
said, but
me-
how is that control though?
He
You
told-
feel control
If-
because you don't
listen,
want to commit.
listen,
It
No.
sounds like you got commitment issues when it
No,
comes to
no,
another human being.
No, I don't
But
think about
we'll
the
dial
commitment
in
issue.
with you with the Dr. Phil stuff later.
No, I don't think it's a
You need to
commitment
get
issue.
Dr. Phil. Man.
I
I'm gonna
think
be
that
honest
I
with you.
think that a lot of men that's extra heavy on the love is extra heavy on the control. I'm not really a control guy. I'm a guy that I feel like somebody needs to be with me, then they need to be with me on their own accord, not on what I'm bamboozling you to do based on my words of love. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like love is something that you gotta show. That's why I don't really care for the talk. I care for the loyalty, the dedication, the effort that you put into it, because that's telling me that. A lot of people get caught up on "I love you," the actual saying,
Right, the same.
instead of the fact that, all right, if you love me, all right, show me you love me. The way you showing me you love me is by respecting me, by being dedicated to me, by putting the effort in. That's acts of love. That's not love.
What about
It's a-
account? We
but
just
it-
finished
but
saying
it-
accountable love. So accountable love is what you're talking about.
Exactly.
So if
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
saying we're talking about the same thing, you must have been outside when we gave you the
Yeah.
principles
Yeah,
of love.
yeah.
But
Maybe I
we
was.
gave you the
Yeah.
principles of love. So now you're talking about the same thing we're
Yeah,
talking
but I
about.
don't. I
You
just
said
don't
it was
agree
an
with love.
emotion.
I don't agree
You
with
said it was
that.
an
But like
emotion.
what you
We
said.
said it's a lifestyle.
It is, and it's a
It's a
commitment.
principle. It's a commitment.
You can do
Emotion
something-
is happy, sad.
So you're
anger.
saying that
Excitement.
love is not an emotion?
Love is not emotion.
No, it's a commitment.
It's a commitment. It's a
It-
faith.
It's a faith. Everything that you
Emotion is
just,
something
everything you
that's
just
feeling.
said.
And faith is something that you can't see, hear, touch, or
Exactly.
feel.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And it's the
Yeah.
same with
So
your
it's not
purpose.
reality.
Exactly.
It's same as your
It is.
purpose.
No,
It is
my
reality.
purpose is definitely
You know what
reality.
it's
My
called?
purpose is to get rich and to take care and provide
But
my
do
But
you
you're
have
not
it
rich
now?
But
Do
are
you
you
have
rich
it
now?
now?
Are you rich now?
Do you have it now?
Nah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
That's-
what it is.
that
That's
you
faith.
can't touch it.
But
That's
you have
faith.
faith.
So no. I'm getting money as I go along.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but
you
you're not-
but
but
you're
you're
not
not-
rich.
That's the
You're not where you
motivation.
wanna
That's
be,
you're not
though.
rich.
But you're not where you want to be. So
No,
now-
that's what
That's
I'm
faith.
saying.
But that's
That's
not,
faith.
But that's faith because you don't see it yet. But you
Right.
have a goal. You have an end goal. You know where you want to go. You're just not quite there yet.
Yeah, you
That's
just sat
having
into the
faith.
chair, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I just wanted
Thank
to,
you.
I wanted to
Yeah,
ask a
thank you.
question on it.
No,
Because
no,
I
this is-
always get,
You
I have
helped
these
us.
conversations with
Yeah, you
females.
helped us. You helped us.
Always have these conversations with
Which
females.
is fine.
And I
you
don't
should,
really
as you
agree
should.
with it, and they always agree with me later. But
Those are called the abstract things in life. When you go for things that you can't feel, happiness, love,
Right.
all those things we can't feel. Well, we could feel it, but we can't see it. We can't grasp it. And you need those things.
That's
why you go so hard with your singing. Why? Because that passion and
Right.
love is there. You don't see it, but you're doing everything that you would do in a
I'm
relationship.
talking about love between two
No,
people.
I'm saying it's the
But it's
same.
equivalent,
It's the
though.
same.
It's
It's
not.
the same.
Love
the
between
same-
two people is not the same between I love my gun. You know what I'm saying?
It depends. It depends
It's
on
not.
how
But
upset
we're
you
not
get.
even talking
we can't
about your
ever
gun.
make that equated. We can't ever like.
We
put that
hoping the
together.
two people. We hoping the two
We're
people
talking about like things
are
like
positive.
that's passionate.
Yeah, like you passionate about
Let's
your
hope it's
craft.
not talking about that.
Yeah, but I'm
Like-
saying that two people love.
You're
I'm
not
talking
loving
about
your
people.
gun.
But no, but he.
Definitely.
But what
you
we're
can
trying.
love an object, bro.
Yeah, you
I just use the gun as an example,
Oh, okay.
But
I'm
the
saying you can
example-
love an object
But the example that
way more than a person too.
You can like an object.
You can
care
love a
about
car.
You can care about an
You
object.
can love a
It's
car.
careful, it's circular.
Yeah.
You can love
See,
a car.
it's circular. Love has to love you back.
exactly.
What are you talking
You feel
about?
that way?
Definitely, you can care about.
Feel.
I don't
See,
feel that
you
way.
can care about. You
I
can care
can love
about.
my dog, and I don't know if he loves me because he might bite me.
Exactly.
You know-
So you don't love your dog.
You don't know. He
Your
didn't tell
dog.
you
You
he
care
loved
about
Nah,
your
you
dog.
know
You
if
care
your
about
dog
your
cares
dog.
about you. That's a fact.
You care about your
me.
dog.
Yo, that's just your own mind telling you this dog loves
No,
me.
you
I'm
care
feeding
about.
him.
Yeah, you care about your
How
dog.
could you feel
You
he
care
love
about your dog. You
You
care about your
seriously.
dog.
You know if
Love
that-
another human being.
You know if a dog like you or not.
How? If you
know
beat
if
the
a
dog the right way because he shitted up your because he doodled on your rug, the expensive rug, he might bite you.
Nah,
No, he's
And
not
he
gonna
might be
bite
scared of you.
nah. It's a thing called discipline.
No, I even agree with you. You care about your dog.
Yeah, you can't.
Okay, but you love another human being.
Right.
Because they can love you
I
back.
believe that. But I'm also
can love
saying
you
that
back.
it's a conditional feeling.
We agree
I
with
can
you.
We
love
agree
you.
with that.
We don't
and you
believe in
cheat on me. I don't want to
unconditional.
be around
We don't
you.
believe in
Agree.
unconditional.
We agree
Yeah,
with
oh,
that.
see, I
We
didn't
agree
hear
We
with
even
that.
say
Yeah.
God has conditions.
Right.
God
we
has
absolutely
conditions.
agree
There's
with
no
that.
such
Right,
thing.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And
I'm agreeing with
and
you on
people
that.
get caught up on love so hard.
No, but we are caught up
We
on
are
love.
caught
Let's
up,
be
yeah.
clear.
Well,
But we're just saying
That's
love
what
is
we
not
put
with
here for.
a bunch of other people. Not with a bunch of other
That's what
people.
we put here for, though.
Definitely.
To love.
Definitely.
I mean, I think that
You're born with love
we
and
could be
belonging.
we could just like each other. You know what I'm saying? Because loving to me, it causes too much with girls. They think
We
you
got
love
to Dr. Phil you,
well, no.
brother.
But here's the thing. Like,
You've
wait,
been,
wait.
like you was one of the dudes
So
I
me,
talk about
I'm
all the time that was hurt early in life,
Well,
just
that's what I
like
was
me.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Almost fell down the stairs,
One time.
almost destroyed. Yeah, and we promised ourselves we'd never love again.
Nah,
That's what happened.
I
No,
do.
but this is what
I
you-
do
this
get in
is what-
committed situations though.
No, but you never loving again.
But no-
Committed situations is to me. I just know I go into the situation knowing that
It's short term.